Hey, this is Ryan at Movie Clips, and I'm here to talk about a movie that I saw at the LA Film Festival called The Spectacular Now. Now, this movie had had a lot of buzz going into the festival because it had already played at Sundance to a really, really warm reception. I had some expectations that were not quite met, or they were just different than I expected, but I did really, really enjoy the movie. It's directed by James Ponsoldt, who is also the director of Smashed from a few years back that starred Aaron Paul and Mary Elizabeth Winstead about two kind of struggling alcoholics in a relationship. And it was written by the screenwriters of 500 Days of Summer. So it was an interesting collaboration on that part because they wrote this kind of light romantic breakup movie and he did this very heavy kind of addiction drama. But I think that it makes for a good combination. The number one thing that stands out to me about this movie are the performances. It stars Miles Teller, Shailene Woodley, Brie Larson, Kyle Chandler. Those are the ones that really stood out to me. And Miles Teller is really impressive. He gives this really naturalistic style with this instant inherent charisma in everything that he says. Shailene Woodley kind of plays this girl next door character who has this innocence about her, but also a real rawness to her. She seems really realistic. She's not playing up the kind of wholesome nature of this character. The small moments between them are so beautifully rendered in terms of capturing that spirit of young teenagers kind of falling in love. And I thought that that was a rare thing to see in a movie like this, in a kind of teenage movie, to see such tenderness. The chemistry between Teller and Woodley is really incredible. They kind of have this really beautiful play between each other where he has this natural charisma and humor and she has this innocence, and the way that they interact with that has this really nice flow to it, and it's something that you really couldn't sense on a page. Kyle Chandler has an appearance later in the film. He's only in 2 or 3 scenes, but he makes such a mark and he's such a brilliant actor that he forms this character that's so compelling and so fully fleshed out and sad in a really short amount of time. Some criticisms that I had with the movie is that some of the dialogue seems a little on the nose. The director and the actors have taken such care to create these fully fleshed out people on the screen, and I feel like sometimes that's undercut when they feel the need to say what they're feeling. The pacing of the film is pretty strong. I thought that it could have been a little tighter in terms of some scenes drag on a little longer than they could, or they spend a little too much time trying to create these kind of comic set pieces that, again, don't really fit with the tone of it, and it would have just made it for a tighter dramatic story if they had kind of done away with those pieces. It does add to the texture of the movie, but again, I think it undercuts what is essentially a really dramatic story about a young man trying to find out who he is and trying to deal with his own darknesses. So on the Movie Clips rating scale, I gave this movie an 80 out of 100. Again, it's a really, really good film. I had some problems with it, but I would absolutely recommend that people go see it and that they should support movies like this. Thanks for watching.